So hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is gonna be our lecture number 21 of our React Mastery course. So what will be our goal for this lecture is we have to add one picture of an animal for each click. This means that whenever the user clicks on add animal button, we will show the pic of an animal and every time the user clicks on add animal button, we will show it different pictures. As you can see that when the user clicks on add animal button for the first time, we will show a picture of horse, and when the user clicks on it second time, we will show the picture of bird, and when the user clicks on it for the third time, we will show it the picture of cow. So now the order of these animals to be shown is completely random, and this will not be predefined. For example, for suppose that one time the horse will be shown as first animal, and if the user renders the component another time, which means when the user restart our application another time, it might show cow as the first animal. So I hope that you got the idea that the list of animals or the order of animals to be shown will be completely random, which means that we will have to use math.random function here to get or to extract different animals from the animals list, which we are going to make in this lecture further while we are on the coding part. Currently we will understand the theory behind this lecture and how we will be achieving this goal. So as you can see that animal displayed should be picked at random, and this is the main twist here. So in order to achieve that, what we will do, we will make app component, and inside that app component we will define a state called animals. And in starting this animals will be a state with an empty array, which means it will have a default value of empty arrays, and when the application renders for the first time, it will not show any animals because the list will currently be empty, and it will expand whenever the user clicks on add animal button. And I will tell you that how will that work. For example, suppose that the user clicks on add animal button for the first time. This is completely random and we are just taking an example here, so you might not take this as hardcore coding because this is completely random and this will be defined by math.random function. So for example, when the user clicks on add animal button for the first time, we will show a cow, which means that cow will be passed as props. Let me show you from the start. Whenever the user clicks on add animal button, we will render our first animal show component when the user clicks on button for the first time. When the user clicks on the button for the second time, we will render our second animal show component, and the number of animal show components to be rendered will increase as the user clicks on the button again and again. So for example, in this case, user is clicking on the button for 2 times, and in the first case we are showing a cow, and in the second case we are showing a bird. Now in the first case, when we are showing a cow, we will pass down cow as the type of animal, which will be shown in the first animal show component copy, and we will pass down bird as the prop of animal type when the animal show component is rendered for the second time. These are 2 copies of animal show component. App component is the parent component and animal show component is the child component. And this type cow, which is a prop, will signal the React that we need to show the picture of cow when the animal show component is rendered for the first time. So this was the theory. Let us jump right onto the coding. Now first, what we are going to do, we will make a function outside our main function, which is function app. Function get animals. This function will tell us that which animal is being picked whenever the user clicks on add animal button. For example, we will make an array called animals, and in this array we will put the name of random animals like horse, bird, dog, and cow. We will add one more, which will be alligator. So this will be our animals array, and now we have to extract a different animal every time whenever the user clicks on the button. So for that, what we will do, we will use math.random here. First of all, we will return math.random, and we will multiply this by the length of our animals array. And we will close this in a bracket, because what will this return is that it will return in a floating number, but we want a decimal. For that, what we will use math.floor, and if we save this, it is showing an error. This is not length, this is len. Again it is showing error. It is showing error. So for now we will use only 5. 1 0 1 2 3 4. So we will use 4 here, and if we save this, we will console.log the result. And if we save this and go to our console.log, it is showing 1. Okay, we have to use animals. That is the mistake, I think. And if we save this, it is showing nan. What does this mean? Okay, we have used math.floor at the wrong place. We have to use math.floor at here. Math.floor. Let's see if this works now. If we save this, okay, so now you can see that this works totally fine. And when we save this, every time we save this, we are getting a different animal. So like cow, dog, horse. So this works totally fine. And now what we are going to do, first of all, we will delete this, because now we don't have any use to count, because we don't want to check the number of times the button is clicked. Now we will make useState function again, like const animal, and then setter function. Now we will use useState. and we will put default value as empty array. So now what this will do is that when our component, or sorry, what this line of code is gonna do, that when our application renders for the first time, it will not show anything, which means that it will show an empty array. And what the handle click function is gonna do, set animal, now this might look a strange line of code to you, but I will explain that what does this line of code like 3 dots and then animals mean. First of all, we need to complete this. Now if we save this, nothing will happen, because we will make another div and it will show, what will it show? Yes, animals. Okay, so now you can see that this works. Now it is showing empty array. When our application renders for the first time, it is showing us empty array, which means that we will not be able to see the name of any animals or the picture of any animals right there. And when the user clicks on it for the first time, it will generate a random animal. I mean that it will generate a random number, and then our get animals function will pick a random animal from the array of animals. And then whenever the button is clicked, our handle click function will run, which will trigger the set animals function. And what will that do? It will make a new list which will copy all the previous elements of our animals list and then show them in the new list. So what our set animals function is doing here is that it will pick the previous list and then add new animal into it with the help of get animal function. So like suppose that currently there are 3 animals in our animals list, which are bird, dog and horse. So when the button will be clicked for 4th time, what it will do, first of all it will copy all these 3 animals and paste them into the new list, which will be made by set animals function, and then it will add a new animal which will be decided by the get animals function. Like you can see that it adds horse again. So this is how it works, and almost 70% of our project number 2 is completed now, and we will work on it. So almost 70% of our project number 2 is made here, and in the next lecture we will learn how can we, instead of showing this text like bird, dog, horse, we can show the images, and we have to also keep in mind that we also have to show heart, which will increase in size every time the user clicks on the animal. So guys, this was all for today, and thank you for watching this lecture.